My name is Jade, and I'll never forget the day I discovered my entire future had been stolen from me. I was 22, sitting in my childhood kitchen, when my parents casually destroyed my world. "Mom, Dad, I need to talk about accessing my college fund," I said, pulling out the acceptance letter from State University. "I got in! I start in the fall!" My mother, Susan, exchanged a look with my father, Richard, that made my stomach drop. "Sweetie, about that fund," Mom started, wringing her hands. "What about it?" I asked. "Grandma set it up when I was born. She put in $50,000. Dad cleared his throat. "Jade, your sister needed help with the kids' private school tuition." "What does Melissa have to do with my college fund?" "We used it," Mom said quickly. "The money's gone." I stared at them, certain I'd misheard. "You used my college fund? The one Grandma left specifically for my education?" "Your sister's twins needed a better school," Dad explained, like it was the most reasonable thing in the world. "Public school wasn't good enough for them." "That was my money," I shouted. "Grandma died 5 years ago and made sure I'd have that for college." "Don't raise your voice," Mom snapped. "Melissa's children are family. They deserved a good education." "And I don't?" I asked, my voice breaking. "What am I supposed to do now?" "You're smart. You'll figure it out," Dad said, returning to his newspaper. "Take out loans like everyone else." "Melissa never went to college and you're funding her kids' private school with my college money?" I couldn't believe this was happening. "How much did you take?" Mom looked away. "All of it. The tuition was $35,000 per year for both kids. It's already gone." "That's $70,000. I did the math quickly. "Grandma's fund grew over the years. You stole everything?" "We didn't steal anything," Dad said firmly. "We're your parents. We made a decision for the family." "Does Melissa know where the money came from?" Mom's silence answered my question. "She knows," I whispered. "She actually knows you stole from me." "Nobody stole anything," Mom insisted. "Those children needed opportunities. You're young and healthy. You can work your way through college. While Melissa's kids go to elite private school on my inheritance?" I stood up, shaking. "This isn't over." "Don't be dramatic," Dad said. "Family helps family." "Then why didn't Melissa's husband pay for private school?" I demanded. "He makes 6 figures as an engineer." "That's not your concern," Mom said coldly. "Your sister deserves help raising those children." "And I deserved my college fund." I grabbed my acceptance letter. "Grandma wanted me to have an education. She told me so before she died." "Well, Grandma isn't here anymore," Dad said. "We are, and we made the choice we thought was best." I looked at their faces, seeing no remorse, no guilt, nothing but entitlement. My own parents had robbed me blind and felt completely justified. "We'll see about that," I said quietly, walking out of the house. Behind me, I heard Mom say, "She'll get over it." But I wouldn't. Not this time. They'd just made the biggest mistake of their lives. The next morning, I called the one person I knew would tell me the truth. My Aunt Linda, Mom's younger sister who'd never approved of how they treated Melissa and me differently. "Aunt Linda, I need to talk to you about something serious," I said when she answered. "What's wrong, honey?" she asked immediately. Mom and Dad used my entire college fund for Melissa's kids. $70,000. Gone. "They what?" Aunt Linda's voice went ice cold. "The fund your mother set up?" "Grandma set it up. Mom and Dad were just trustees." "Get to my house right now," she said. and bring any documentation you have." An hour later, I sat in her living room, showing her the trust documents I'd found in Grandma's papers. "This is a legal trust," Aunt Linda said, reading carefully. "Your parents were fiduciaries. They had a legal obligation to use this money only for your education. Can I do anything about it?" "Oh, honey, you can do a lot." She picked up her phone. "I'm calling my attorney, Rebecca Chen. She's a shark, and she loves cases like this." 2 days later, I sat across from Rebecca Chen in her downtown office. She was reading through the trust documents with sharp, focused eyes. "This is clear-cut," Rebecca said, looking up at me. "Your parents committed breach of fiduciary duty, potentially fraud. The trust explicitly states the funds are for your educational expenses only." "Can I get the money back?" I asked. "Not just the money," Rebecca smiled. "We can go after damages, legal fees, and the growth the fund should have earned. I'm estimating you're owed around $90,000 now." "90,000?" I gasped. "The fund had 5 years to grow before they touched it. Compound interest. Your parents didn't just steal your college money. They stole your financial future." Rebecca pulled out a notepad. "Now, tell me everything. Do you have any evidence of communications about this?" "My sister texted me 3 years ago saying Mom and Dad were helping with the twins' education. I didn't think anything of it then." "Perfect. Do you still have those texts?" "Yes. Should I have screenshots?" "Absolutely. Also, I need you to request bank records from the trust account. As a beneficiary, you have that right." Rebecca made notes. "Do your parents have assets?" "They own their house free and clear," I said. "Dad has a retirement account. I don't know what else." "Good. If they can't pay outright, we'll put a lien on the house." She looked at me seriously. "Jade, this is going to get ugly. Your family will turn on you. Your sister will hate you. Your parents will call you ungrateful. Can you handle that?" I thought about sitting in my childhood kitchen, hearing them say Melissa's kids deserved my future more than I did. "Absolutely," I said firmly. "They made their choice. Now I'm making mine." "Excellent." Rebecca smiled. "Let's destroy them legally. First, we'll send a demand letter. Then we'll file a lawsuit if they refuse to pay. I'll also report them to the DA's office for potential criminal charges." "Criminal? I hadn't considered that." "Fiduciary fraud," Rebecca explained. "It's a serious crime. They could face fines or even jail time." Aunt Linda, who'd insisted on coming with me, squeezed my hand. "I'm proud of you, Jade. Your grandmother would be too." "Thank you for believing me," I said. "Oh, honey, I've watched your parents favor Melissa your whole life," Aunt Linda said. "It's about time someone held them accountable." Over the next week, Rebecca filed document requests, subpoenaed bank records, and built an airtight case. The numbers were damning. My parents had systematically drained my college fund over 3 years, writing checks directly to Melissa's kids' private school. "They didn't even try to hide it," Rebecca said during one of our meetings, showing me the bank statements. "Every check has tuition payment in the memo line." "How stupid can they be?" I asked. "Entitled people don't think they'll face consequences," Rebecca said. "They genuinely believed they had the right to do this. That's what's going to bury them." The demand letter arrived at my parents' house on a Monday morning. I knew because Melissa called me within an hour, screaming. "How dare you!" she shrieked into the phone. "You're suing Mom and Dad?" "They stole $70,000 from me," I said calmly. "Yes, I'm suing. That money helped my children get a good education. That money was mine. Grandma left it for my education, not your kids. You're going to destroy this family over money? Melissa's voice was shrill. No, Mom and Dad destroyed this family when they committed fraud, I corrected. I'm just holding them accountable. There are parents. You can't do this. Watch me. I hung up. 10 minutes later, Mom called. Jade Elizabeth, you need to drop this lawsuit immediately, she demanded. Not happening, Mom. We're your parents. You're going to sue us? You stole from me, I said. The trust was sacred. Grandma made you promise to use it only for my education. You broke that promise. We helped your sister. Mom's voice rose. Those children needed opportunities. Then Melissa and her husband should have paid for it. They make over $150,000 a year combined. How do you know that? Mom asked suspiciously. Discovery is amazing, I said. My lawyers subpoenaed everything. Bank records, tax returns, employment records. Did you know Melissa bought a $40,000 car the same year you started stealing from my fund? Silence. She had money for a luxury car, but not for her kids' tuition? I continued. You let her spend her own money on herself, while you stole mine for her children. That's not help, that's enabling. You've always been jealous of your sister, Mom said nastily. I'm done with this conversation. Talk to my lawyer. I hung up. Dad called next. Jade, we need to talk about this situation reasonably, he said, using his calm authority voice. There's nothing to discuss, Dad. You have two options. Pay me $90,000, or I'll take you to court and let a judge decide. $90,000? The fund was only $50,000. 5 years of growth you stole, plus damages, plus legal fees, I explained. My lawyer was very thorough. This is ridiculous, Dad exploded. We're not paying that. Then see you in court. Oh, and Dad, my lawyer also filed a report with the district attorney's office. Fiduciary fraud is a felony. You're trying to put your own parents in jail? He asked, shocked. I'm trying to get my college fund back, I said. If you go to jail, that's a consequence of your actions, not mine. You ungrateful, he started. Goodbye, Dad. I hung up. The next call came from Melissa's husband, Brian. Jade, this is insane, Brian said. You're really going to do this to your family? Brian, did you know where the money for your kids' tuition came from? Melissa said your parents were helping out. Did you ever wonder why they could afford $70,000 in tuition? Silence. You knew, I said quietly. You knew it was my college fund. Look, we needed help, Brian admitted. The kids deserve the best education. And I deserved mine. But you didn't care about that, did you? We'll pay you back, Brian said quickly. Just drop the lawsuit. Too late. My lawyer filed yesterday. If you want to pay me back, talk to Rebecca Chen. She'll set up a payment plan. Jade, please. I'm done being the family doormat, I said. See you in court. The settlement meeting happened 2 weeks later at Rebecca's office. My parents sat across from us, looking defeated. Let's begin, Rebecca said, spreading bank statements across the table. $73,000 withdrawn from Jade's educational trust over 3 years. Every check made out to Oak Grove Academy. We know what we did, Dad said quietly. Do you? I asked, because you seemed pretty confident when you told me Melissa's kids deserved my future. Jade, please, Mom begged. We're so sorry. We made a terrible mistake. You had 3 years to feel guilty, I said. You only care now because you're facing a felony charge. The DA is very interested in this case, Rebecca added. Fiduciary fraud carries up to 5 years in prison. Mom went pale. Prison? Unless we settle, Rebecca said. $90,000. The original amount plus interest and legal fees. We don't have that, Dad protested. Yes, you do, Aunt Linda spoke up from beside me. Your house is worth $300,000 with no mortgage. You'll take out a home equity loan. That's our retirement security, Mom cried. And that was Jade's educational security, Aunt Linda shot back. You stole from your own daughter. Now you pay it back. We'll sign whatever you want, Dad said, defeated. Just make this go away. Rebecca slid the settlement agreement across the table. $90,000, 30 days to secure the loan. Payment plan of $3,000 monthly with your house as collateral. Miss one payment, we foreclose. And the criminal charges? Dad asked. If you comply fully, Jade will request the DA drop the investigation, Rebecca said. But if you default, we proceed with both civil and criminal action. Mom looked at me with tears streaming. I can't believe you'd do this to us. I can't believe you did this to me, I replied. You looked me in the eye and said I didn't deserve my own college fund. Sign the papers. With shaking hands, they signed. One more thing, I said as they stood to leave. Don't contact me again. Any communication goes through my lawyer. Jade, we're your parents, Mom pleaded. No, I said firmly. Parents don't steal from their children. Parents don't choose one daughter over another. You made your choice. Now live with it. Dad opened his mouth, then closed it. They walked out without another word. How do you feel? Rebecca asked. Free, I said honestly. For the first time in my life, I feel like I matter. Aunt Linda hugged me tight. Your grandmother would be so proud of you. 3 weeks later, $90,000 hit my account. I enrolled at State University that fall with money to spare. My parents didn't attend my graduation 4 years later, but Aunt Linda did, cheering louder than anyone. She was the only family I needed. Have you ever had family members who put someone else's needs above yours to the point of stealing your future? Would you have fought back legally, or would you have let it go to keep the peace? Like and subscribe for more stories about people who refused to be victims and fought back the right way.